Before she became one of the most feared creatures in Greek mythology, Medusa was not a monster at all. According to the most famous version of the ancient legend, she was a beautiful young woman whose life was destined to end in tragedy. Medusa served as a devoted priestess in the sacred temple of Athena. She had sworn to remain pure and dedicated her life to the goddess of wisdom and war. Her beauty was extraordinary. People from across Greece admired her graceful appearance, especially her long golden hair, which many believed was the most beautiful in the world. But beauty often attracted attention, and not all attention brought good fortune. Among those captivated by Medusa was Poseidon, the powerful god of the sea. One day, Poseidon entered Athena's sacred temple. According to the best-known version of the myth, he assaulted Medusa within the sanctuary itself. It was an act that violated both the young priestess and the holy temple dedicated to Athena. What happened next has puzzled people for centuries. Instead of punishing Poseidon, Athena directed her anger toward Medusa. Whether out of fury that her temple had been desecrated or because the gods followed laws beyond human understanding, Athena placed a terrible curse upon the innocent priestess. In an instant, Medusa's life was destroyed. Her flowing golden hair twisted into living venomous snakes that hissed endlessly around her head. Her smooth skin hardened like weathered stone, and her once gentle face became so terrifying that no one dared look upon it. The greatest part of the curse, however, lay within her eyes. Anyone who looked directly into Medusa's gaze was instantly transformed into solid stone. Unable to live among ordinary people, Medusa was banished from civilization. She wandered to a lonely and desolate land, surrounded by ruined temples, barren cliffs, and silent caves. There, she lived in complete isolation. Travelers feared even speaking her name, believing that merely searching for her meant certain death. As the years passed, stories about the terrifying Gorgon spread throughout the ancient world. Kings offered rewards to anyone brave enough to slay the monster. Warriors, hunters, and ambitious heroes all believed they would succeed where others had failed. None of them returned. The stone statues scattered across Medusa's home were not sculptures carved by artists. Each one had once been a living person who underestimated the terrible power of her curse. Frozen forever in expressions of fear, they served as silent warnings to anyone who dared approach. Soon, Medusa became more than a monster. She became a legend. Parents frightened children with stories of her deadly gaze, while soldiers whispered her name before entering battle. Across Greece, she became the very symbol of terror. Eventually, a new hero emerged. His name was Perseus, the son of Zeus, and the mortal princess Danae. Unlike the warriors before him, Perseus knew that courage alone would never defeat Medusa. To survive, he would need the help of the gods themselves. Athena presented him with a polished bronze shield so perfectly reflective that it could be used as a mirror. Hermes gave him a razor-sharp curved sword capable of cutting through nearly anything. Hades lent him the helm of invisibility, allowing him to move unseen. Perseus also received a magical bag to carry Medusa's head safely and a pair of winged sandals that allowed him to fly through the sky. With these divine gifts, Perseus began the most dangerous journey of his life. After a long search, he finally reached the lonely place where Medusa and her immortal Gorgon sisters slept. Rather than looking directly at her, Perseus carefully watched her reflection in Athena's shining shield. Every step had to be perfect. One mistake would mean instant death. As Medusa slept, Perseus silently approached. Holding the shield before him, he raised Hermes' enchanted sword and, in one swift strike, cut off Medusa's head before she could awaken. But even in death, her power remained. The severed head continued to turn anyone who looked at it into stone. From the blood that flowed from Medusa's body sprang two remarkable beings: Pegasus, the magnificent winged horse, and Chrysaor, a powerful warrior, both children of Poseidon. Perseus escaped using Hades' helm of invisibility, while Medusa's immortal sisters searched furiously for their sister's killer. Unable to see him, they could do nothing as he disappeared into the sky. Later, Perseus would use Medusa's head to defeat powerful enemies, rescue Princess Andromeda from a sea monster, and finally present the Gorgon's head to Athena herself. The goddess placed it upon her famous shield, the Aegis, where it remained as a symbol of divine power and protection. Even today, more than 2,000 years later, Medusa remains one of the most recognizable figures in Greek mythology. To some, she is a terrifying monster. To others, she is a tragic victim whose story reminds us that myths often hide painful truths beneath their legends. But one question still remains. Was Medusa truly the monster, or was she simply the greatest victim of the gods?